The other headline that came out of the game was the halftime show, courtesy of Kendrick Lamar, that also featured SZA. The set was a 13-minute mashup of Kendrick hits, including the much-anticipated Not Like Us. Remember that? The diss track dedicated to Drake. That performance featured the world's greatest female athlete in Serena Williams, who was seen crip walking to the song. For those of you who don't know, Williams once actually dated Drake. Now, I had some comments on Serena's appearance on the stage on Super Bowl Sunday that I shared on ESPN's First Take, or that following Monday. Apparently, that made many folks agitated because a lot of people had a problem with what I had to say. Before I give my thoughts on that, however, I do owe you the opportunity to see what has created this whole brouhaha and what's got everybody up in the Nancy. Take a look.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Bye.
There you have it. And because of that, everybody's up in a tizzy. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I was playing around. It was a lot of fun. Secondly, I didn't utter a disrespectful word towards Serena Williams, so I don't know where the whole Serena protection protocol kicks in. I didn't say anything about her. I said, hey, listen, if I'm a man and I'm married, I certainly don't want my wife showing any kind of energy, positive, negative, or otherwise, to another dude that happens to be her ex. That'll make me think, what's she thinking about him? Why is she thinking about him so much? Why does she feel the need to exert any energy, emotional or otherwise, when it comes to that? That's where I was coming from, but it was more of a gender issue more so than anything else in terms of men and how a lot of men feel. I'm not going to say most. I'm not going to say all because I don't know. I'm going to tell you how I feel. What I expressed is exactly what I meant. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not condoning it either. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes, and I would imagine that women would appreciate what I'm about to say and what I'm about to do, because that's all. I mean, what do you women say all the time? You want a man to express his emotions. Express yourself, talk to us. That's what you want to say, right? Well, I'm going to talk to you. Hope the Shade Room is listening. I hope all these women out here are listening. Some men are insecure. Now that's breaking news, supposedly. I mean, I didn't know that. I kind of thought that y'all automatically knew that. Not all, not most. Every man can speak for himself. Every man can go online, because you know they are. And they're going to say, nah, that ain't me. Nah, that ain't me. Nah, that ain't me. And I have no proof to the contrary. So I'm just going to tell you, me and the men that I know, most men, we're a bit insecure. When we see energy expressed in the direction of another dude, even if it's vitriol, even if it's venom, even if it's hate, even if it's get back, whatever it is. You ever heard the saying, the true end of any relationship isn't love, nor is it hatred. It's indifference. You ever heard that? In other words, when you simply don't matter, somebody chooses not to expend a scintilla of energy in your direction because you're not worth it. They have a better life. They are preoccupied. And they don't give you a second thought. That's indifference. That's when the end truly arrives. And the reason why some, not most, not all, might react in a certain way as a man, because the men I know tend to think along the lines of, my woman wouldn't have any time to be expending any kind of energy like that because she's happy with me. We good. Now, for those that want to throw out facts instead of touching on a perspective like I would like you to, let me make sure that I let you know that I am aware of the facts involving Drake, Serena Williams, and her husband. Apparently, Drake had dissed Serena's husband in the past. So her crip walking on stage to Not Like Us on Super Bowl Sunday was seen as a slap in Drake's face for disrespecting her and her husband. Drake's lyrics on the song Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no, boo, it's like you coming for sushi. Whatever that is. Okay? I'm not about to get into all that. Okay? I just want to make sure that I'm clear, that everybody knows that I know. There's history there. All right? And then Serena Williams issued this statement out here. When Kendrick Lamar and team called and was like, we've been trying to do something forever. What about this? We loved your crip walk at the Olympics after you won a gold medal. I'm like, Super Bowl? Are you serious? When in the world would I ever be able to dance at a Super Bowl? Never. Let's do it. I knew my winning dance after the Olympics would pay off one day. End of story. Fine. She did it at Wimbledon back in 2013, if I remember correctly. Okay? That's where she's from. She's from Compton. She's from Compton. Kendrick Lamar's from the same area, obviously, same town. Of course. That's her homie. No biggie. Nobody was insulting Serena Williams. I'm simply saying from the male perspective because I thought the males would pick up on it. Well, damn. Not Serena, not her husband. That's their personal business. I'm sure they talked about it before she did it. I'm saying in general, I use that to metaphorically touch on men and women and how men feel about a woman showing any kind of energy, negative, positive, or otherwise, towards an ex. And I got people up in the tizzy, not just on social media. I got people that work with me, people that work for me. Nah. Somebody said Ryan Clark actually tried to save me from myself. Well, I wasn't trying to be saved. I got this opinion. What, am I going to jail for it? I'm going to get cuffed and thrown behind bars? Because I'm acknowledging what some men want, what some men feel. If your woman is showing energy towards an ex, that involves feelings, that involves emotions, which might make a man be introspective. I had one of my boys sit up there and say to me, well, then that just means you're insecure. Why would you say that publicly? Who cares? You know how many men out here are insecure? Ladies, a lot of us are insecure. We want to have that discussion? Want to have that discussion? You want me to get emotional? Hold on. Here's some tissue, Michael, please. I mean, do I need to get emotional? Ladies and gentlemen, I cry sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, I get a bit emotional sometimes. Sometimes I feel alone. Sometimes I just want to be held. All of these things are true. Now, you don't express it the way a woman expresses it, and I'm joking around, obviously, in fashion that I did say it, but every emotion that I expressed is true. I've cried before. I've been lonely before. I've wanted to be held before. There's sometimes I come home from a hard day's work, and guess what? Some sex ain't on my mind. I just want to lay down. I just want to lay my head on my lady's couch, on my lady's lap. I'm sorry. I want my head rubbed. I want my shoulders massaged. I want that back rub. I want affection. What, I'm a wuss now? That mean I ain't holding it down? That's what we doing? Be careful before you answer that question, fellas. Valentine's Day's Friday. Forgot about that, didn't you? Valentine's Day is coming up. It's Valentine's Day weekend. Perfect time to express your emotions. Set the stage from now. Listen to your boy. I'm just trying to tell you, okay? What about Serena and her husband? The incident was used to broach a different kind of discussion. Some dudes, to my married boy Galen, especially because you know him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got to be he got to be Dr. Phil one day and Dr. Drew the next. You're always trying to get in. It's always timed around Valentine's Day and birthday and stuff like that. He think he's slick, but it's okay. All right, it's all right. It's okay. We want to be in touch with our emotions. All I'm saying, folks, is that every man is not secure under every situation and circumstance. And through no fault of a woman, sometimes you'll find yourself in a precarious situation with a man because of his own insecurities that he may or may not have verbalized to you. If you had, and this is not clearly what Serena did, so again, I'm not talking about her. Fellas, what if you had your woman and she saw a friend, just a friend, never been with him, or he could be gay, or it could be something, and what if you had a woman and just in your presence, she just ran and jumped into the arms of another man? Right in front of you. Clearly wasn't doing anything. Totally innocent. He could be just a friend. But she leaped off her feet and jumped into his arms. How would you feel? You insecure then? What if you ran in to a female friend of yours in the presence of your girl, and you picked her up off her feet and spun her around and gave her this beautiful big hug? How you think your girl would feel about it? See, we want to act like I'm speaking a foreign language, but we know better. There's a lot of us out here that have insecurities. Last time I checked, that's human. If y'all disagree, I'm sorry y'all lying and you choose to lie to the public, even if it's to yourself. But that's just me.